Good morning. We start the morning with some breaking news coming into us from the United States. Republican Senator John McCain has died at his home in Arizona at the age of 81. A spokesperson said the veteran senator was surrounded by his wife Cindy and their family. His death comes after it was announced a few days ago that he'd chosen to end his medical treatment for brain cancer. Well, the six-term senator and 2008 Republican presidential nominee was diagnosed with an aggressive brain tumor in 2017. Our US correspondent Cordelia Lynch reports now on an extraordinary life.
Right until the end, John McCain was doing his thing, serving America, following his conscience and making a difference.
I will not vote for this bill as it is today.
One of Donald Trump's fiercest critics, he voted down the president's health plan because he thought it wasn't fair. It was typical McCain. A US Navy pilot, McCain was famously shot down over Vietnam. He survived, but was held as a prisoner of war.
I ejected and broke my leg and both arms.
5 years later, he was released, but only after repeated beatings, torture, and several months in solitary confinement. A long political career beckoned, and after many years as an Arizona senator, he ran against George W. Bush for the Republican nomination. It didn't go well as the campaign became negative and evangelical Christians turned against him. But a few years later, the senator, who often led senior congressional delegations to London, tried again.
I am announcing that I will be a candidate for President of the United States.
Oh, wow.
This time, he chose a Christian conservative running mate, Sarah Palin, to win over right-wing Republicans.
I'm very proud to have introduced our next vice president to the country, but I can't wait until I introduce her to Washington.
And he made much of his Vietnam experience and his patriotism.
I fell in love with my country when I was a prisoner in someone else's. I loved it because it was not just a place, but an idea, a cause worth fighting for. I was never the same again. I wasn't my own man anymore. I was my country's.
In debates with the Democrat contender Barack Obama, he had to fight off suggestions he was a political clone of George W. Bush.
Senator Obama, I am not President Bush. If you wanted to run against President Bush, you should have run 4 years ago. I'm going to give a new direction to this economy in this country.
In the end, he didn't make it to the White House.
A little while ago, I had the honor of calling Senator Barack Obama to congratulate him, please, to congratulate him on being elected the next president of the country that we both love. In a contest as long and difficult as this campaign has been, his success alone commands my respect for his ability and perseverance.
He will be remembered as a maverick, dogged politician who said what he thought, and he was a thorn in Trump's side.
For the sake of some half-baked, spurious nationalism cooked up by people who would rather find scapegoats than solve problems.
John McCain was a big figure in American politics. This country will be the poorer for his passing. Cordelia Lynch, Sky News, Washington.
Well, in the last hour, tributes have begun to be paid to Senator John McCain. His wife, Cindy, said, "My heart is broken. I am so lucky to have lived the adventure of loving this incredible man for 38 years. He passed the way he lived, on his own terms, surrounded by the people he loved, in the place he loved best." Meanwhile, President Trump has tweeted, "My deepest sympathies and respect go out to the family of Senator John McCain. Our hearts and prayers are with you." And former President Barack Obama, who McCain ran against in 2008, said all of us can aspire to the courage to put the greater good above our own. At John's best, he showed us what that means, and for that, we are in his debt. Michelle and I send our most heartfelt condolences to Cindy and their family. Well, these are the latest pictures that we have received from Arizona in the United States, where a hearse escorted by a police motorcade has just left John McCain's compound in Sedona, there in the state of Arizona, where he died surrounded by his family at the age of 81. He had been a senator there for 3 decades and devoted his life to America.